Well, I lost all hope. I thought I'd never get out, and I took drugs for 4 years, and I exploded in weight. Self-harm started happening. I've never self-harmed in my life. That one was to try to do the artery on this last recall because I was just so frustrated and I wanted to die because I thought I wasn't going to get out again.
Andy's mum Betty hasn't seen her son much in the last 20 years. IPP sentences were introduced in 2005, abolished in 2012, but the law wasn't backdated, so people like Andy remained on them. It was September 2005 when he committed his cash point robbery and was given a minimum 2.5 years, but he was in for over 4 years. Then when he repeated the offence in October 2010, his minimum 3-year stint lasted more than 6 years. Released in 2017, strict licensing conditions resulted in 6 recalls, returning to prison for months at a time, even though some recalls were later deemed unjustified. The time inside totals 15 years.
If you're being blunt, it's roughly 4 years,
Yes.
15 years in jail and 4 of those on recall over a 19-year period.
Yeah, and I think the crucial thing that there hasn't been any violence since 2010.
Andy's lawyer says his recalls for things like alcohol misuse or missing appointments were unnecessary and damaging.
As I'm sure Andy's explained to you, each time he's back in there, you don't know when you're getting out, and so the whole process is re-traumatising.
But Catherine also has IPP clients who've never been released. One jailed in 2005.
It was a robbery, threat of violence. I'm not in any way minimising that, but 20 years on, it's totally disproportionate. And these are people's lives. Of course, they've done something wrong, but effectively, it's the misfortune of committing the offence at a particular time, which has meant they're in prison for this excessive amount of time.
The number of unreleased prisoners on IPP has fallen from 5,000 in 2015 to 1,180 in 2024, but around 700 of those have served 10 years longer than their minimum term. The number recalled is rising, with over 1,600 currently back in jail, mostly for licence breaches. Andy is so fearful of recall, he doesn't go out now without Betty.
What if someone takes a dislike to me and says, "Who are you looking at?" and makes an allegation against me? I'm in prison. So I'm just terrified of anything, of society.
It was like it was like he was in terror. It was awful because he just kept looking over his shoulder. Look at them people over there. What are they looking at me like that for?
So that's the glass, that's the door, gangway there.
But Andy hopes this could be one of his last visits to probation. A change in the law means his IPP curse may be lifted.
Until recently, any IPP prisoner would have to wait at least 10 years from their release until the parole board would even consider removing the licence. But from February this year, that was reduced to 3 years, meaning for Andy it could soon be over. What's this done to you?
It's ruined my life, it's broke me. It's broke me as a man. I'm never going to have a family now. It's broke me, I don't go out, I've got no social circle. I'm not in no family photographs. It's like Back to the Future when he gets erased from the photos. I'm not there. I'm a ghost. I've been a ghost for 20 years. And now I'm hopefully going to become a human being again. But, 45 years old, starting over your life from scratch is not easy.
The Ministry of Justice said it's working to ensure appropriate action is taken to support those still serving these sentences, such as improved access to mental health support and rehabilitation. And an independent report found the majority of